And I used to tell my ex all the time, the switch is gonna flip and I'm gonna be done. You keep thinking that because you get these chances and because I explain myself to you, that you get a million chances forever. You don't. It's just as a woman, at some point, it just clicks. And you stop explaining yourself. It just breaks down a little bit each time. And maybe you just have this reservoir of tolerance that all of a sudden one day you use the last drop of it and they're like, what? Why aren't you bothering with me anymore? And it's like, I told you. At some point it will be done. And I think as you learn, as you see the behaviors with other people, you become like, you see the patterns so clearly.
I practice dating too.
How you practice?
I'll take out women I don't like that. Kind of like college football when you bring in quarterbacks, some think they go start, but they really there to scrimmage.
Trey, you out here making girls cry.
You have never been on a date with a dude and you know like, I'm not even supposed to be here. That's a practice date.
Anybody you call a food is a practice date.
Say it again, Kiki.
The food, you go out with them, you can have conversation.
I got y'all some. That's y'all in cartoon before I drew that.
Enjoy lunch on me. Flower child, Trayma. Oh, thank you.
How are you? You're not having, so you're not dating.
I'm not dating at all.
Do you have like a go point, a time where you're like, okay?
When I get to 180, I'm 5 pounds out. I haven't.
Bye. Women in love are adorable. Men in love are idiots, okay? Sorry, but it's true. Let me explain why. Hold your horses. When a woman falls in love, it is cute. She glows, she giggles, she does sweet little things for you all of the time, and she posts you all over the place on her social media. It's a little Disney movie, right? But when a man falls in love, geez, he gets a little stupid. He starts spending money he doesn't have. He starts abandoning his boys, and he starts pushing aside his personal projects to spend more time with her. And all it takes, honestly, is one little hi with a red heart emoji from her, and he absolutely loses his mind. And to make it worse, he starts negotiating things he should never negotiate just to please her. He allows disrespect because she was just emotional. He breaks his own boundaries because I don't want to lose her. And then he lowers his standards because, well, maybe I'm being too harsh. No to all of that. Love isn't the problem. Losing your self-respect is. Fall in love. Love deeply. Just don't turn stupid.
Women are the gatekeepers to physical intimacy. We are the gatekeepers to commitment. So for a guy to be physical with a woman, he has to qualify himself for her to be like, is this the kind of man I want to share myself with physically? She's not qualifying to him whether he's going, is this the kind of woman that I want to be sleeping with? Because we know men will sleep with most women. That doesn't necessarily mean they'd be in a relationship with most women, but they would sleep with most women. So if we understand that because you're the gatekeepers to physical intimacy, you as a woman sleeping with a guy, it doesn't validate you, it validates him.
Okay, it's all right for you. Why is it not all right for women?
Validates him in his value that he's qualified, not you.
Because I get told, well, because men are built differently. We think differently. I'm like, okay. Well, obviously you do.
That's the main reason. So it's kind of like the same thing. A guy getting into a relationship isn't validation for him, it's validation for her. Because he said, I'm going to commit to you. Because as men, we already know most women, when they're dating, we know you want a relationship. Most women are not dating just to be casual. So if I give you a relationship, that's validation for you.
Okay.
A world full of men ain't nothing but a whole bunch of baby mamas. How does that make any sense? None of these black women are getting married, and a lot of these black women are having babies from a married man. What is going on? And a lot of these black women are having daughters and then giving birth to their daughters and going right back and outside to go shake their behind on top of cars and shake their behind in the club instead of being a mother. What is wrong with these black women? What is going on in this industry when it comes to black women? We're not loving our natural hair. We're saying men ain't nothing, but we're baby mamas. We're ghetto, we're loud, we're ratchet. We're disrespectful. What is going on? And people look at our skin color and then what's the point of racism when you can just see it? You guys are not acting other than a ghetto black woman. Single mothers, Section 8, need the government assistance, baby mamas, what is going on? Do better. We need to do better. No rain.
One thing that's interesting is the whole 50-50 debate, right? And it's interesting because, you know, it's 50-50 when it's convenient. But, you know, when it's time for a lot of the difficult stuff, a lot of the hard stuff, then suddenly it's back to, I want traditional roles, or I really want a man that's just an alpha, just an old school man. I really want a man that's just an alpha, just an old school man, picking and choosing. Oh, I want to be a feminine woman today, but I wasn't interested in that yesterday. When it's difficult, I don't want to handle it. I just hand it off to the man, right? I just give it to the man, right? My husband. You can't have the benefits of traditional relationship when it suits you, and then want to flip around to modern society when it suits you. And that's what modern women try to do. And men see that crap. Men see that nonsense. You pick a lane and you stay in it. But the problem is, for a lot of modern women, they don't want to. They want the flexibility to go back and forth. And it confuses the man because modern women like to live in the gray area.
One of the biggest red flags when you're dating like an older man is if he's still single at 29, 30 plus, that is a red flag. Like there is something wrong.
He's just like not ready. And it's like, why have you not been ready? Because you're pushing 30 and like,
it's either you're not ready and don't want to settle down, or there's something bad going on. Something weird's happening with you.
Yeah.
And that's a red flag to girls trying to date you.
But some people think it's like not a red flag because they're like, oh, like he's mature and he's like ready, which could be true.
No, I'm like, a girl would have swooped you up at this point.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
Have you noticed we've actually mostly eradicated the non-binary epidemic? Yeah, almost. It was like polio. Except instead of vaccines, we got cheap GLP-1s. You can't be not fat and non-binary. That's just how it works. All these fat non-binary chicks just reverted to being straight white girls with no personality. We do still have people though. I still see them because Ozempic cured obesity, not mental illness. So
I am engaged, but not to my dream man. That's right, you heard me correct. I've actually dated the man of my dreams a few years back.
All for the love of the game. She gained absolutely nothing in telling this to us. Imagine just being the guy that just got her that ring. You wake up, you scroll on the internet, and you're getting tagged in a video, and it's your wife saying her ex was her dream man. You're not. It might be true, cool, but keep it to yourself. Why does your husband need to know that your future husband? At least allow the man to be delusional.
Listen, if you want a hardworking, ambitious man, you need to be okay with him working late, missing some dinners, and not always being available when you want attention. If you want a man who leads and takes charge, okay? You need to stop being so controlling. The control freak in you, it needs to go. You need to stop questioning every decision and learn to follow his lead. Remember in preschool when we learned to follow the leader? That's what you need to do. If you want a financially successful man, you need to be okay with him prioritizing building wealth over your little expensive dates, your expensive handbags, your vacations to Fiji, and constant entertainment. No more going to the circus. If you want a man with strong boundaries, you need to accept that he won't tolerate disrespect and drama, or your little manipulation tactics that you learned from a YouTuber, okay? Those need to go in the trash. If you want a masculine, protective man, you need to embrace your feminine energy and stop trying to compete with him or prove you're Miss Independent. No, bye. If you want a man who's selective and high value, which I know a lot of you do, you need to actually bring something valuable to the table beyond your beauty and looks. If you want a loyal, committed man, hear me out. Hear me out, girls. You need to stop seeking validation from other men and actually be loyal yourself. Crazy concept, I know. If you want a man who provides and takes care of you, you need to show appreciation and respect instead of acting entitled to his efforts. Say thank you. Thank you, babe. Love you. You're amazing. It's easy, I promise. Everything valuable in life requires sacrifice. You can't expect to get everything you want without being willing to change who you are or how you show up.
Women are better. We control men.
Okay.
Without us, we're better.
In what way?
Everything.
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 I mean,
Can you give me one example of everything or two?
Everything.
Just two.
Just two of them?
Two examples.
Well, we're providers. What would you do?
What do you provide? Comedy, the laugh.
It's funny. We provide the nurturing, and we provide the loving and the caring and the kindness. Guys have more testosterone than females, so they're more aggressive. But us females, we have a different mechanism instilled inside of us that we can give that guys don't have.
Which makes us more emotionally mature.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue men are more emotionally mature because we can suppress our emotions, and we do so all the time.
Why does that make you more mature?
Because we're able to control it. If we're able to control it and express it when we want, by definition, we're better at emotional intelligence.
I find that weakness.
You consider that weakness?
Yeah.
Why? Actually, it's a strength. Because if you're, for example, let's say you're sad, right? And you're a female and you just break down crying in your car, right? As a guy, you can wait and go cry at home instead. But for women, it's like, oh, I got to break down and cry right now. It's like with men, you know, we are taught from a young age that we must suppress our emotions and control them. You guys are not taught that, and you guys can express yourselves however you want because we live in a world where, you know, women are kind of coddled.
And modern women, what they like to talk about is, they like to talk about, you know, why aren't men coming up to us? How come, you know, that's just the way it is. That's what men do. They just come up to women. But what you don't really understand is that, and maybe nobody told you, men don't owe you anything. They don't owe you a relationship. They don't owe you marriage. They don't owe you commitment. You have to earn those things. Those things that you talking about, you got to earn that. Oh, well, he's just supposed to walk up to me and just, you know, just tell me how beautiful I am. What are you doing to initiate, to help, to facilitate that? You don't get to just say, oh, well, this is my right. I'm owed this. No, you're not. No, you're not at all. And that's the problem with modern women and their entitled attitude. They think that men owe them something. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they have a lot of coping mechanisms. Oh, he's intimidated. Oh, he must be broke. Whatever you want to say, I'm not walking over there.
I mean, to attract girls, you don't need money. Keep the money. It doesn't matter what you're doing if you're getting women at the club.
But that's because the girls you're getting is low quality women. And if I step out to a club right now, I'm gonna get a woman who's drunk, probably has no father figure in her life. And then what's profiting me that? Now I could possibly get a girl pregnant that's just listening to Sexy Red and twerking.
It's 4:54 a.m. and the only thing open is Legs and Taco Bell. What it do, bitch? What it do? I'm finna make me some tacos.
Man. Okay, let's start by you telling them your name, your age, and your occupation. I just popped just for the height.
Damn.
Man. That was the only reason, but you are very cute. So what you need to be like, how tall I gotta be? You eye level. It's good.
And the reason why I pop you alone, Papi, because you look just short, and I'm short too. But you handsome by the way.
I ain't gonna lie, we
Thank you.
So tall men is the thing, y'all. Y'all gotta be about this tall, babe. You feel it? This tall. To ride these rides.
I want my balloon back.
Okay. Hold on.
It was just like, cause I feel like I'm tall too, but he's so handsome and he smells good.
Come on, dog. I get it.
I think about it.
When you go outside, you want the man to be
too.
like LeBron James or something.
I do like you a little swole. I like that, but I'm swole too, so I can.
Damn.
You know.
Oh man, we're trying to wrestle.
You just not. Yeah, you tall. The height thing too. So that's what I'm saying. I can just, you know. I don't want to be able to just throw you around like that.
Oh, not throw me around. That's the other way around. You're not throwing me, but it's good though. Okay, now she got her balloon back. Man, why you get your balloon back now?
Because you got a good sense of humor. You funny.
Yeah,
like you actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
You actually pretty cool.
So you real. So you know what's going on. Look, everybody else, look, we gonna see
you. I see you, my brother.
Okay.
Come up here with us.
That's good. Come on, man. I see. Yeah, do it here.
You do not know your husband until you're divorcing him as a stay-at-home mom. Until you've literally seen them look at you and tell you how disgusting they really think your body is since you had their children. Until they look at you and say things like, who's going to give you any type of custody when you're not even working right now? until they just decide to wipe out your joint bank account, because they were really only having that joint bank account as a facade before, knowing that at any point they could take control again. Until they ask you questions like, how are you going to go to the doctor? How are you going to take the kids to the doctor? You don't even have your own health insurance. And this could be circumstances where they were to you and literally left you no other option than to divorce them. I want you to know that if you're going through this right now, this is quite possibly the ugliest part of it, the awakening to who they always truly were on the inside, but you will get through it, and none of these are a reason to go back.
Would a queen negotiate her crown? You need a king to designate you a queen, dummy. Oh! That's another thing, too. Like, bro,
stupid queen.
Yo, this is dummy. Like, this is right here. Who wrote this?
Queen. Oh, I knew it's her, bro. I knew it's her. Dummy.
Like,
we take over the kingdom.
Yeah, but you're so single and so don't have a job.
Like,
in chess, the queen is the strongest player.
No.
Yeah, but the game goes on if she dies.
Yep. Yeah, stupid.
Better. You want to know how you can get a queen? You take a pawn and you get it to the other side. It turns into a queen. So you bitches are replaceable. You bring the worst example. If the king is surrounded, the game is over. If the queen dies, the game continues, and you can get another pawn to the other side and turn it into a queen. So women are 1,000% replaceable. And I love that you use chess because you're right. The queen is powerful. It can go in any direction. It can go as many spaces as it needs to.
The most powerful.
However, it is a replaceable piece, and it can be replaced by a pawn. But if the king is surrounded, the game is over. And that is precisely why you need a king to become a queen. There's no such thing as a queen making a king. Yeah. Men lead, women follow. It's always been this way. Checkmate. Right? So, and this like female hubris, like of saying something stupid like, my crown, blah, blah, blah. This is precisely why women perpetually stay single.
Yeah.
Like, this is why. Like, that mindset, that entitlement, that I'm special, that I'm a queen. Like, a king must designate you a queen. Now, there's no such thing as a high-value woman until you're with a high-value guy. I'll take it a step further. I genuinely believe if you're a woman and you're single, you're stupid, honestly.
Oh, shit.
Because men aren't hard to attract. They're not. They're very simple. Very simple.
It's hard to find a king.
You good. You good. You good. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's bang going around this morning. What? Meat. He just said we just dropped another op, had to change the score. You don't even know. You don't even know.
The entitlement for a lot of these modern women, is at an all-time high. And, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, it's true, man. It's true. There's this expectation that men should just fall in line. Like men should just do as they're told. They just do as I say. Do whatever I tell you to do, right? Just accept whatever is given to you. Why? For what? For what? You ain't nobody. Why in the world should a man do all of that for somebody that don't even like him? Don't even like him. Not even gonna reciprocate. Not even gonna reciprocate for him, man. Absolutely not. It don't make no sense. And men are finally asking the question out loud, why would I be doing that? Why would I be giving to you and you're not gonna give to me?
Two women in separate bodies on this here app. Separate bodies, they're different people. Different souls, different bodies. Two of them, not one but two. TWO, two. Oh boy. We've lost them.
Bye with your body count. Sorry, what? A cheap bottle. Allie, what could you buy with your body count? What? A manicure. Ashley, what could you buy with your body count? I don't know, it's pasta. I don't know. Cassie, what could you buy with your body count? A Plan B pill. Not the
actually get engaged. The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your self. So why shouldn't I get this ring for myself? So, this is me to myself. Look at the gorgeous diamonds. And the packaging is beautiful, the way that it contrasts. You know when jewelry is so pretty, you want to eat it? Is that just me? Like, it's so delectable. Will I be with me for the rest of my life? Well, yes, I've no choice. But
hate love or they're against love, it's because the system is actually stacked against them. In 1960, 72% of adults were married, and today it's barely 50%. And among men under 30, it's pretty much nowhere. Here's why. Divorce courts, they'll take all of the man's money, they'll take the kids, they'll take the house. 90% of child custody goes to women, and men pay millions in child support and alimony every year. Then there's the happy wife, happy life culture where men sacrifice everything to keep the peace. Meanwhile, if a man wants traditional roles, it's labeled as toxic. So men naturally ask themselves, what is the upside? And for a lot of guys, there isn't one. It's not that men in general hate commitment. They hate commitment to a system that is designed to punish them for existing. Till marriage becomes a partnership and not a legal liability, men will continue to keep saying no.
A woman's job is to find a man to marry her. It's our job to as many girls as we can. You guys want commitment. We want multiple women.
That's it. There you go.
It's that simple. We don't have the same goals. If a guy has the ability to stay single and a bunch of girls, what do you think he's gonna do?
He's gonna a lot of girls. The point that I'm trying to make is that I don't take advice.
Your job is a
most
job.
people.
What are you gonna say? You said you don't think what?
I was gonna say most people, or smart people at least, don't take advice from someone who's not where they want to be in that advice. So if you're giving men advice on relationships, but you're not in a relationship, what makes you qualified?
Okay, this is low IQ female thought process. So let me go ahead and explain this to you because you clearly can't grasp this. Stupid. This is really low IQ. I'll explain it to you one more time. A woman's job is to find the highest status man she can.
According to you.
Come on, bitch.
No, according to female biology.
Oh my god. Depends on the female.
Okay, are you picky?
In what?
In the partner that you want to be with. Do you have requirements?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have these? Do you need these requirements to date the man and be with him, etc.? Right?
Yes.
Okay. So, is your goal to get married one day?
Yes.
Okay. Who gives you the ring?
The man.
Okay. So, by definition of him giving you the ring, who controls the gate to relationships?
The man in a heterosexual relationship.
Great.
But there are people who are not heterosexual.
We're talking about heterosexual relationships. We're not talking about lesbian relationships. So, if the man is the one that gives out the relationships, what do men want from women?
Commitment. Submissive.
No. They want
so you could just stay single and get.
Thank you. That was really smart. Finally, you got it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Why?
Common sense.
Why am I going to pay for the cow when I can get the milk for free? Why am I going to pay for the cow when I could get the milk for free?
Y'all are not going to believe this one. My daughter's stepmom had the audacity to ask if she could take them on some of my days up north to her grandparents' property to spend the weekend and to go sledding and to have a good time and to be around people who love them. But on my days. So you know what I said? Yeah, I said yes. I said yes. Stop being weird. Stop being weird. Let your kids be surrounded by people who love them.
If you're like me, you probably were not expecting that ending. I think so many of us have seen toxic experiences with co-parenting and seen step-parents be seen as not important, but this was a shock. I think most of us were expecting to see comments like, well, this one. Not on my days unless it's a swap. I'm sitting home alone when I could be spending time with my children. And this is a co-parenting tactic that I like to call nickel and diming. And this is when a parent is so rigid and unwilling to deviate from a very specific schedule that any other minute and hour must be made up for. There's no such thing as extras, no such thing as bonus time. And maybe sometimes this is valid. Maybe they've been taken advantage of too many times in the past that they're just not as generous anymore. But this comes off as especially off-putting and toxic when the nickel and diming parent is also the same parent who has fought to maximize their time and minimize the other parent's time as much as possible already. We're talking the parent who already has 75% of the year, yet when the non-custodial parent is 15 minutes late for drop-off, they make sure to remind them that they will be picking up 15 minutes early at the next one. Before I helped my husband get 50-50, the only way that he was allowed to get a full week out of state to attend a wedding was by giving up several weekends in a row. So when you already only have every other weekend, you're going about a full month without seeing your kid just to have one full week with them. It's so annoying that mom also said, I'm not sitting home alone. Also said, I'm not sitting home alone. Like, okay, then don't. Go out. Do something. Live your life. I highly doubt that even when you have your child, you're spending 100% of the time with them. These behaviors are usually done out of control and possession. Now, look, I'm not telling you have to acquiesce to every one of your ex's demands. You do not have to surrender wild amounts of time at every beck and call, but flexibility and grace goes a long way in every co-parenting relationship, and that is why that bio mom is hot and chill and aging like a fine wine. Just please stop with the nickel and diming. Stop thinking of your kid's entire childhood in terms of mom's time and dad's time, and remember that all of it is your child's time, and I am begging you to love your child more than you resent your ex.
Woman to woman, men are f***ing boring. You know the time that you love spending with that man? It's because of you. It's because of your aura, your presence, your energy, your vibe. Girl, you are funny. You are beautiful. Stop thinking that it's the man. It's literally you. So if that man's a piece of shit, why the fuck are you with him? And if you miss that man, you don't miss him. You just miss spending time with yourself because you're so f***ing hilarious, you're so f***ing funny, and you're so f***ing beautiful. Please, stop hanging out with these literal boring pieces of shit.
Okay, men are boring. So the implication is that men are boring and women are just wildly interesting. And don't you love the generalizations? Men, you're boring. Women are beautiful and funny and amazing and have a really? You feel comfortable just making that blanket and say, all right, interesting. I know a lot of men who aren't boring. I know some men that are. I know a lot of women that are boring as. In fact, a lot of these young women now, because they don't, it's all about attention. They've got all the TikToks, all that, and they get a ton of attention from men just for their physical appearance. They don't have a shred of a personality. Isn't it fascinating? There's it's like an emptiness going on that's disturbing, in many ways. But there are some women who are amazing too, right? So these blanketed statements on this issue is just kind of funny. All men are this, but all women are amazing. Hilarious. I love the part where she says, if you miss that man, you actually don't miss him. You just miss spending time with yourself. Honey, that makes no sense. Did the light bulb not go off in the top upstairs? That makes no sense, baby. You're with yourself all day long, right? You're with yourself anyway. If you miss the man, it's because you miss the man, right? Or it's because you miss how you loved that man. Or it's because you miss how that man made you feel. Something related to him. Right? They're so afraid to acknowledge that some aspect of their happiness, their well-being, their satisfaction, their comfort comes from a man, right? They're so afraid of that. Ladies, let me tell you something. You would feel so much better if you just dropped that bull crap. Just dropped it on the floor like the weight that it is that you're carrying on your back, and just acknowledge, you know what, when I've got a good man, I feel freaking amazing. I want to lean on him. I want to lean into him. I want him to take care of me. I want him to sometimes put me in my place when I'm being a first class biatch. I want all of it. You would feel, so just shout it from the freaking rooftops and you'll feel so much better than when you're touting your boss babe bullcrap. Just saying. All right.
Cam Newton said on this podcast, on this couch, said that I bullied you in the marriage. Do you think that's true?
No, it's not true. If anything, I bullied you. I'm the one that said, we gonna do it, we gonna do it. If you don't have that moral value of I should get married, then yeah, you gonna have multiple baby mamas. You gonna have kids. It's things that you would do that I would never do. Why would you do that? Or you must have been bullied into doing it. I'm wondering the same thing about you.
Like, why wouldn't you do it?
No, I'm wondering the same thing. Like, when I look at your life and I see things you got going on in your life, and I'm like, you got all these kids and you got all these baby mamas, were you forced to do this? Like I would never, I would never do that. I would never have multiple baby mamas. I would never have children with a woman I'm not married to. So my next step was to build a family, legacy. Cam Newton, shout out Cam. He's a podcaster. So he gonna say the things he want to say that gets people aroused. I get it, but he don't know me. So it's no bullying over here.
That's true.
And I get it. His stance has always been, I've seen his clips and I see some of his stuff online. His stance is, why get married? So I can see why, if he knew anything about me, the only way he could have made that decision was to be bullied. I could see why he would say something like that, because he doesn't believe in marriage and he has to stand by the stance that he's been putting out into the media for however many years, right? So that's why you say what you're gonna say. But and I get into these debates all the time, like especially since I now say we've been married, since we've been married, like, you know, like I speak to other guys and even some of my own friends, and they like, I just don't get why you would want to get married. Like you got all this going for you, whatever, you know, why choose to get married? And that's the thing though, like same thing to same thing to some of these people that ask me these questions. I don't even expect you to understand. Yeah, because you're not in my position. We don't have the same morals. We don't have the same relationship with our parents. We don't have the same goals. So like, I wouldn't expect you to understand the decision that I made. You know, like some people would never understand. Like some people, they didn't come from that type of background. Like if you've never seen anybody married in your entire family, nobody, your parents ain't never, your mom ain't never been married, then I could see why they would say, why would you get married? I'm unbiased on a lot of stuff. Like I can go to your side and be like, why would you think like that? And I can see why you would think like that, because you were brought up like that. And me, I was raised a different way. So I think a different way and I approach life differently. So I made a decision for myself. It's not like I'm settling down. Like people, they think, yo, you get married, oh, it's you settling down. Now I feel like me getting married is a evolution and it's a level up. Like it's the next step. Okay. Like why not get married? It's like going to college. Like at some point you have to mature and go on to the next step and go down this road of life, or not. Because I will say marriage ain't for everybody.
Also
like,
true.
You don't have to get married. Like,
also true.
Can someone explain to me the difference between like being love bombed and someone just like being nice to you? Because like I don't know. I think our society's been a little poisoned with these like therapy terms, and I'm stressed about it. Like I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Writing a little note here to myself. I'll tell you the difference. So being loved, right, is amazing, right? Being loved, being respected, being treated well, you know, with honor, with dignity, all of those things is not the same as love bombed. What love bombed means is when a man is love bombing a woman, that means, honey, you're always right. You're amazing. You're the best thing ever. I was wrong, even if he's not wrong. It means that, honey, you're in charge. Whatever you say, wherever you want to eat, whatever you want to do. It's like happy wife, happy life. It is, it means essentially that you are constantly doing this, right? You're caving. You never stand up for yourself. It means also constant attention all day long. Like you have nothing. Oh, that's what it says. You have nothing else going on in your life. Because here's the thing. If he really loves you, he's got to work. If he really loves you, he's got to make money. He's got to make sure there's food on the table. He's got to make sure that you have a beautiful home to live in. He's got to make sure you got a car in the garage. And he can't be love bombing you all day long because he's got stuff to do. The guy is busy. He's got to take care of business. Now, that doesn't mean he stops loving you, but that means that he doesn't have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to tell you how beautiful your nail polish and hairdo are, right? So the reason it becomes unattractive with the love bombing is for many reasons. One, women know that if guys are just doing that all day long, do you have anything else to do, right? They start to feel like unsafe in that, like unsafe, like not taken care of. Like, well, he's not working hard. Like, well, he's, you know, got nothing out, like, right? That's one. And number two, women ultimately don't like when the man's not in charge. They will tell you they want to be boss. They will tell you they want to be in charge. They will tell you, I never have to apologize. I'm always right. They say those things. The guy who says, I'm sorry, babe, but that's not how it's going to work here. I love you, but that's not how it's going to work. That's the guy that wins, because ultimately women want to be led. We don't want to be mistreated. We don't want to be, you know, disrespected at all. We want to be treated well. We want love. We want affection, but we want to be led. And when that guy is love bombing you all day long, he can't lead. He can't lead. In fact, you're leading. And then you wind up with a whole bunch of miserable female boss babe leaders. So with masculine energy, worrying at 45 why they didn't get a man.
Read this message with me. Ruby, stop ignoring me. Why are you ignoring me after all the money that I have given you to show you that I am only loyal to you and how much I love and appreciate and adore you? How dare you not answer me? I see you actively posting on your Instagram story and you have not answered me once. You are making me very mad. I have treated you like a princess and you won't even take the time to respond to me. I will not tolerate this. Now, some time ago, I said that simps are one of the most dangerous set of human beings to women, mostly because you don't see the danger coming. Now, I have a real life story, a true story that happened to make you guys understand why simps are very dangerous. All of you know Ruby Rose. So sometime in like 2019, 2020, Ruby Rose started OnlyFans, right? And from that 2020 till like 2023, she had one person that was her top gifter. This guy gifted her like $90,000. Now, fast forward to like, I think late 2023, he finally had the opportunity to meet her in person. So they met in person, they exchanged pleasantries, and they won't exchange phone numbers. Now, in this guy's mind, you know that a lot of these girls, they see that all they want is money. You know that a lot of these girls, they see that all they want is money. Do you understand? The way to my heart is money. Give me money and, I'm yours. This guy really, really believed that as a simp that he is, because he actually has affection for this girl. So in his mind now, he has given her the money that she wanted. She should be his, right? That's how he started bombarding her with messages. When I say messages, I mean messages. You can pause and read any of the messages that you want to read. But the first message that struck me was when he was talking about how much he loves her. He will do anything for her. He was even telling her that he will give her 10 BTC if she just responds to him. That's $400,000. He said that he's willing to start a one-ended open relationship with her, where she can sleep with anybody that she wants to sleep with, but he will be loyal to her. That's how down bad this guy was. She was the one posting these messages, and she saved his name as Brandon Weird OnlyFans Fan. That's how a lot of women see simps that are rich. They're weirded out. After she didn't respond to any of his messages, that's when he sent that message I read in the beginning about how he won't tolerate her not responding to him. In his mind, they're already dating because he has given her everything they always say that they want. Everything she's always talking about, money, money, he has given it to her, so you're supposed to be mine. That's how a lot of psychopathic simps think. He's the kind of guy that if he sees you inferior off you, off himself. So as a girl, to me, I feel like you should be scared if you're constantly rejecting a guy and the guy is constantly giving you huge cash offers just to accept him. That you should start getting wary, because if you finally accept that guy, oh God.
We live in a world where women can ask their husbands to cook or clean or help with the kids or whatever, but if he doesn't want to because he's tired from work and he's had a long day, now he's emotionally, manipulative and a narcissist. We also live in a world where women will tell men that they need to speak up and talk about their feelings, but at the same time, when those men talk about their feelings, now they're trying to argue, or everything turns into an argument again because he's a narcissist or he's controlling or he's manipulative. The same way that women will find men through their shopping addiction, and when he asks her to watch her spending, now he's like everything is labeled to weaponize and demonize men, but we never sit back and think to ourselves like, this woman is manipulating me through my kids, she's manipulating me through a guy best friend, or going on a girls trip without talking to her husband first, or going out and getting drunk all night and having no care in the world. And that's not manipulative, that's not emotional abuse, that's not using men for their money, that's not any of those things, because she deserves to live her best life while he's like pretty much shackled up, ball and chain. And this is at the same time that women preach and pretend that they care about, mental health. But as soon as a man even experiences any kind of postpartum, or he's struggling when she brings that new baby home, or even down to like feeling bad about himself, it's like, okay, get your together because, you need to be a man. And everything is such a freaking contradiction, because at the end of the day, women will preach like these men need to go to therapy, these men need to fix themselves, but like, what are they actively doing to fix themselves? Because when they're in their healing girl era, or, they're finding themselves, what they really mean is that they're going to find another man. They're going to find something that feels chaotic or fun or exciting, because they'll still dump the good guy for a piece of guy, because they have been fed all of this about, that love is supposed to be a feeling, even though love is actually a choice, and it's how you show up every single day that is that choice. And all of it is just so up because most of the time these men aren't even trying to argue, but these women just go into everything thinking that everything is an argument because of the way that they treat their friends, their family, and other people around them. So they treat their men the exact same way and treat them like a doormat. But nobody wants to talk about that because talking about women being means that you're victim shaming. And like I've always said, when she cheats, it's still his fault. If he cheats, it's still his fault. You know, if she breaks up the family to go find happiness, then she's living her best life. But if he breaks up the family because he's happier with someone else, it's because, you know, that girl is easier, rather than the idea that maybe another woman is actually treating him better than the woman that he was with, because women refuse to acknowledge that they might be the problem. It's just interesting. Okay, bye. Men out there, that you are living in a woman's world when she has imaginary, made-up expectations in her head, because that's the problem here, is that she expected him to spend $400 or $500 on her because she spent that on him. It was never about the thought that counts. It was never about, oh, like, what kind of consideration is he gonna put into her gift? It was simply self-motivating. It is her expectation brought on herself, expecting him to reciprocate the same amount of energy, which in this case, energy is short for money. And when he didn't do that, she turned around and gave him the silent treatment. Which brings me to my second point, is if women are such amazing, fantastic communicators, then why is it necessary for you to give this man the silent treatment? Because of your expectations being unrealistic and imaginary. And if y'all are such great communicators, then why wasn't it communicated to this man the expectation on cost, budget? What is the expectation for Christmas? Like, how much are you spending on each other, etc., etc. And that is why relationships are so skewed and up, is because this is how women go through the majority of their relationships, expecting all of this extra to be reciprocated, but it's not reciprocated because it's not realistic. And it's not realistic because, you know, he got her the butter dish, and in his mind, he recognizes, like, he actually sees her cooking and realizes, like, when she cooks, she needs something for the butter, right? He actually takes the time to see, like, this is something that she needs. It's practical. And he didn't put a dollar number on it because in his mind, it's something that she needed, and it was thoughtful. And to her, it's not thoughtful because she's putting a price tag on it. Like, call it what it is. She's unhappy because he didn't spend the same amount of money on her. And let's be so for real. If the roles were reversed and she got him, like, what's considered a gift, because that's the implication here, you know there would be women in the comments like, at least you tried, queen. It's the thought that counts, queen. You did the best you could. Oh, he got what he deserved. And then, if he followed it up with the silent treatment and no communication, y'all would be in her comments talking about what a man-child. Oh, he's so ungrateful. Oh, you know, she went out of his way for him. Blah, blah, blah. Like, validating, like, this woman who freaking sucks. And let this be a reminder to all of the men out there. I can't stress it enough that there are women out here that it doesn't matter what you buy them. It doesn't matter the thought behind it. It doesn't matter how much you considered her at any point in the relationship. If it doesn't match the same energy, aka money and value in her brain, she's not gonna like it because it's selfish. He could have used his last dollar to buy her that butter tray, and y'all would still be up in the comments talking about, oh, he could have done better. Oh, he didn't care about you. Oh, why are you with this man? Oh, he sucks. Even if it's his last dollar, imagine that man had $15 left in his pocket and he decided to spend it on her. Y'all would still roast the out of him. And I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. Let this be your actual reminder that women live in a world of delusion and an imaginary world where they want you to meet these imaginary expectations. And when you don't, they're going to get on the internet and treat you like to get validated because they feel better validated than actually working on it with you in a relationship and talking it out with you, she's going to drag you on the internet and then wonder why next year she gets nothing in a stocking and she gets nothing for Christmas. Okay, bye.
You know what I want? Here's what I want. I want someone to like get on a plane and chase after me when I leave dramatically. I know this feels like it's coming out of left field, but that's because it is. I'm just like thinking about people that I've like dated and it's ended with, and I'm like, you know what would have got me back? You showing up at the airport like a 90s rom-com. Pull the boombox outside of my window for Christ's sake. Is chivalry dead? Bring back men who yearn in my window for Christ's sake. Is chivalry dead? Bring back men who yearn. I want to be yearned for. Write me a song, like send me a dozen roses after I find out that you're somebody else. What is going, I don't, you know, am I like, why, is anyone else getting this? Is anyone else getting men that yearn? Just want to be yearned for, man. Just want some yearning. Just bring back that good yearn, you know?
Okay. She just wants some yearning. Okay, so this woman has confused gentlemanly with pathetic, right? She watched too many movies. And we talk about this, right? This is a very important point. First of all, most women are drama queens. Most women are drama queens. They want to have an argument and make a dramatic exit and have you chase after them, you know, Tom Cruise style in the movie. And they want the music to play in the background and the wind to be blowing at just the right angle and then the tears to be... They're living in, she says it, a 90s rom-com. And 90s rom-coms did no favors to women. They didn't, because we watched that and we were like, oh yes, that's me. You know, we've talked about this, the movies and how they just delude women into thinking that those guys are real and those situations are real. And then when they're not, there's like, well, how come I didn't get yearned for, right? You didn't get yearned for. You mean you wanted an idiot, honey? You didn't want a gentleman. You wanted an idiot. You wanted someone who was going to have a fight with you and then crawl like a puppy dog to you. That's what you asked for, right? That's what you really want. You want them to take all the blame. You want them to do this. You want them to do that. Yearning for you. I can't live without you. Put a boombox outside your window. I wrote you a poem. Okay, but do you really want that? No, you don't. Because in the movies, it's nice. Somehow, like, it all just plays out well. But in real life, that guy is sized up by you as an idiot. And you listen to him and you're like, oh, look, he's playing music outside the boombox. Oh, it's so nice. Anyway. And he's, oh, that's so cool. I'm loved so much by him. And you're bored. You're bored by that guy. You're bored by the guy who chases you down at the airport. Don't leave. I love you more than life itself. You're bored. You're bored by the guy with the boombox. You're bored with the guy that writes the song for you and sings it endlessly after, you know, you break up with him for the 42nd time and he just can't live without you. Because that guy has no backbone. He's not interesting to you. You don't care about him. And you know what you do? You take from that guy and he yearns for you and it builds your ego, because bottom line is what you want that guy for is to build your ego. It builds your ego and you feel satiated. And then you go and give time to the guy who you had a fight with. And he said, listen, I don't want to do this anymore. I love you, but I this isn't for me. And he went and disappeared. You didn't hear from him. He didn't text you. And when you wrote him, he said, yeah, you know, I'll be here if you want to talk, but that's just not going to work for me. Now you're like, because he's a guy. He's a real guy. In his core of core, he's not taking your shit. You say you want the guy who yearns for you, ladies. You say you want the guy who placed the boombox outside your window and chases you down at the airport, but you don't. You use that guy. You let him build your ego, and then you go and give time to the guy who doesn't take your shit. And it happens that way every single time. So own it. Don't lie. And you know, the hope is that you lie to guys, and then guys just start, oh, well, this is what she said she wanted. Guys, don't listen to women when they tell you this is what I want. That's not, no. They're not telling you what they want in a man that they're going to be attracted to. They're telling you what they need. Like, I need an ego boost. I need to feel loved. I need to, you know, they're giving you directions on how to become the backup guy, the friend zone guy, the idiot guy, the simp guy who makes her feel really good, but she's never going to be attracted to and she's never going to give real time to. Ignore the instruction booklet from women.
You know what's crazy is the good men, nice guys, the ones who are actually doing the right thing. Not that they're not doing the right thing, they're trying to do the right thing. Those guys, they get looked over the most. They get punished the most, right? The ones that are getting taken advantage of. They're the ones doing what they're supposed to be doing. The ones who are giving the kindness that you ask for, taking you out where you want to go and paying attention to you and giving you a listening ear. That's the one that you want to do wrong and then you want to trash you and put in the friend zone. For what? Why? After a while, I mean, and you mad when the guy move on and go do something else. What were you expecting? After a while, the man gonna be like, you know what? These modern women, they don't respect what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go find somebody that does. And you get mad because you left him in the friend zone and he decided he didn't want to be there.